Prime Minister Narendra Modi, without naming Pakistan, has clearly spelled out the dangers its policy of promoting terror is posing to the world as a whole and the need to isolate it if it does not mend its ways. Prime Minister Modi, in fact, referred to Pakistan as the mothership of terror.
Continuing with his direct assault on terrorism and their sponsors, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that criminality should be the only basis of working against terrorism. He warned of the drawbacks and inherent fallouts of selective approaches to deal with terror and their masterminds. Prime Minister said that the response of all nations must be comprehensive and there should be no distinction on artificial and self-serving grounds.
Selective approaches to terrorists, individuals and organizations will not only be futile but also counterproductive. There must be no distinction based on artificial and self-serving grounds. Criminality should be the only basis for punitive action against the individuals and organizations responsible for carrying out terrorist acts. Terrorist funding, their weapon supply, training and political support must be systematically cut off.
Prime Minister also called for a deepening of security cooperation between the key nodal officers of the BRICS nations.
We need to deepen the security cooperation between our national security advisors. Early adoption of the draft Comprehensive Convention on International Terrorism will be an expression of our resolve to fight this means.
Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi touched upon many issues of vital importance while addressing the BRICS leaders at the restricted talks at the summit in Goa. But the main crux of Prime Minister's outreach was undeniably the threat from terrorism. He condemned the menace of terrorism in strongest possible terms. He cautioned that the growing arc of terrorism threatens Middle East, West Asia, Europe and South Asia. Without mincing words, Prime Minister Modi said that in our region, terrorism poses a grave threat to peace and security, and tragically, the mothership of terrorism is a country in our neighborhood. Without naming Pakistan, Prime Minister said it is a country that shelters not just terrorists, but in fact nurtures a mindset that loudly justifies terror for political gains. Prime Minister condemned the mindset and exhorted the BRICS nations to stand united against this clear and present danger. He also made it clear that a comprehensive and non-discriminatory policy will have to be followed to tackle terrorism, and said that supporters of terrorism will have to be punished and not rewarded.
Reflecting what Prime Minister Modi said at the summit, that there was unanimity among member states about the threat that terror poses to global peace and economic security, the Goa Declaration was unambiguous on terror. The fact that the word terror or terrorism appeared 37 times in the declaration only supplemented what the declaration said, that there can be no justification whatsoever for any acts of terror, whether based on ideological or political reasons. With cameraman Lakshmikant and my colleague Sudhakar Das, Amritpal Singh, DD News, Goa.